The Deep South holds its secrets close, burying them under centuries of cypress roots and heavy Spanish moss. But in St. Francisville, Louisiana, one home refuses to keep quiet. This is the Myrtles Plantation, a place of grand Southern elegance and one of the most infamously haunted sites in America. Its foundation, it is a house of the dead, said to be host to at least 12 restless spirits. But to understand the hauntings, we must first unearth the tangled history that chained these souls to the bayou forever. The story begins in 1796 with General David Bradford, who fled here to escape an execution order for his role in the Whiskey Rebellion. He named his sanctuary Laurel Grove. Like all plantations of its era, its very existence was built upon the violent system of slavery. The soil, the true tragedy, begins under the ownership of Judge Clark Woodruff. Though the legend claims he and his family met a gruesome end, history records something far more devastating. Yellow fever. Sara Woodruff and 2 of her 3 young children succumbed to the disease that ravaged the South. It was a rapid, agonizing loss, a massive outpouring of grief and death that truly scarred the property's spiritual energy. The terrifying legend of the Myrtles belongs to Chloe. Though her name doesn't appear in historical records, her story defines the plantation's chilling reputation. The story claims Chloe, an enslaved woman, was caught eavesdropping on the judge. Her punishment was severe and public. Her ear was cut off. She hid her mutilation. Fearing she'd be sold off, Chloe planned a perverse act of redemption. She baked a cake, lacing it with a small amount of poisonous oleander. She believed she could make the poison work instantly. The mistress and the 2 children who died years earlier from fever. In the legend, they died that day from Chloe's treachery. The other slaves, fearing the master's wrath, carried out their own immediate justice. They hanged Chloe from an oak branch until she was dead, then dumped her body into the river. A violent end to a tragic life. The aftermath of Chloe's poisoning gave rise to another popular haunting, the haunted mirror. Southern tradition dictated that mirrors be covered upon death to prevent the spirit from being trapped within the reflective glass. But after the rapid, chaotic deaths, this one was allegedly missed. It is said the souls of the children and their mother were absorbed and sealed inside the glass. Visitors report seeing swirling, misty figures, often children's faces, and inexplicable handprints forming on the surface. This is an intelligent haunting, a psychic residue of the worst kind, an eternal prison for the innocent. Paranormal teams consistently capture evidence of figures inside the reflection. The only historically verified murder at the Myrtles came years later, in 1871. The victim was William Drew Winter, a lawyer and manager of the plantation. Details remain murky, but it is known that on a dark evening, he was shot on the front porch by an unknown assailant. Some research even links the assassination to his anti-Ku Klux Klan political stance. The legend claims that after the blast, Winter stumbled inside, dragging his wounded body up the grand staircase to reach his wife. He collapsed, dead, on the 17th step. Today, his struggle is endlessly replayed. Guests report hearing heavy, staggering footsteps ascending the stairs that abruptly stop at the 17th step. A chilling echo of Beyond the main figures, the Myrtles is a repository of ghostly activity. At least a dozen distinct spirits have been reported, including the ghostly children still playing on the gallery. A darker legend claims the plantation was built over an ancient Tunica Indian burial ground, leading to reports of a young Native American woman wandering the grounds. Sometimes seen practicing voodoo on sleeping guests, a menacing spirit seeking to impose her will on the living. Footsteps, voices, the scent of phantom perfume, and unexplained cold spots. The house is truly saturated with unspent energy. The Myrtles has been featured on virtually every major paranormal television show, and for good reason. The sheer volume of reported activity is undeniable. The most compelling visual evidence is the 1992 photo. Taken during an investigation, it clearly shows a ghostly, green-turbaned figure standing on the plantation grounds. Is this Chloe? Whether you believe the legends or the historical facts, the Myrtles Plantation stands as a monument to tragedy. It is a home that saw the full spectrum of human darkness, slavery, murder, disease, and fear. The spirits here are not just echoes of the past. They are the enduring memory of suffering, forever trapped between the beauty of the Southern dream and the blood-soaked reality of its history. The doors are open for tourists and overnight guests, but the ancient residents of the Myrtles Plantation are never truly ready to check out. Did the story of Chloe or the ghost of the 17th step send a chill down your spine? Tell us which spirit you think is the most active in the comments below.